Alrighty, here we are, back for a ladder game with my Combrei Midrange deck. And if my opponent promised me that he wouldn't play a spell for the first 6 turns of the game, I would consider keeping this hand. But as most people do play spells before turn 6, I'm going to go ahead and ship this. This hand's fine. If I draw a time source off the top, I'm in good shape. Losing my Great Parliament's a little annoying, but this card's been picking up in a lot of play lately. The Sabotage effect, just duress. I don't know what's been causing that, but it's definitely been interesting to see it just be all over the place right now on ladder. It's part of the reason why I went away from the Obelisk, because if people are taking the Obelisk out of my hand, the deck just feels more anemic. So, alrighty, we're apparently against some kind of blue-black flyers list. This list has been popping up more and more lately as well. I think it actually has a pretty good Stone Scar mid-range matchup, so I think that's why. It just has really redundant threats, flyers, obviously great removal. So yeah. Since I'm Suraf flooded, I'm actually going to play a Suraf early here. It could be deemed as a little aggressive, but I definitely feel like I'm behind the 8 ball and I expect it to suffocate anyways. Yeah, really the best draw I have right now then is Sandstorm Titan, because, I gotta get these flyers out of the air. I assume my opponent has some way to interact with it still. I mean, that seems to be the problem I've been running into a lot. Is it's very hard to rally sometimes. It's very easy to snowball. It seems like a lot of the time. So my opponent definitely has some kind of instant speed reaction spell from that stop there. Um, so I actually think I'm gonna Lumen Defender first. Maybe try to see if my opponent. Oh, there was no stop. Never mind. I guess the stop there was just for my opponent's blockers. But my thought was, anyways, that I would try to get my opponent to kill the Lumen Defender. But no such luck. And it also gives me another turn to buy a Protect to obviously protect my Sandstorm Titan. The Lumen Defender is not blocking the flyers in the air, so might as well get in to get my free point of damage. Now we're in an interesting spot. I think I'm pretty committed to using the Sandstorm Titan here. And if I draw a Sigil off the top, I'm going to double spell anyways. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing here. My opponent really hasn't shown me any way to deal with this so far. But I could be wrong. Maybe they're just, holding back because the Lumen Defender isn't enough of a threat. Permafrost is completely fine. I very much don't care about that at the moment. And Great Parliament's going to go a long way now. Question is, do I attack? Do I have good attacks? So let's say if I attack, what does my opponent do? If they triple block, with any of these, I'll get a 2-for-1 out of it. Is that good enough? My opponent doop 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 doop. No, I think I'm just gonna be patient. Maybe that's wrong. Or I could buff it with this. Is that 2 all in on the Sandstorm Titan if I buff it? The Combrei healer? I'm gonna be a little greedy, I guess. And try to get my points of damage in here. Yeah, I definitely feel like this. If my opponent kills us, it just turns into a racing situation, and it's a racing situation in which that I have a blocker and +3 life. So I feel like that's gonna go pretty well for me. It's, 8 damage, 9 damage. So if my opponent wants to block with everything, he or she can. But just keep pumping his butt. Keep pumping that Sandstorm butt. Big booty Sandstorm Titan. Backing that ass up into my opponent. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. And I'm going to Suraf. So now I'm pretty much okay with whatever I draw off the top of my library for like the next 2 turns. If I go land, I just start activating Suraf. And if I don't go land, then I don't go land. I guess that's the best of both worlds, is going a find the way into action, because it basically gets me my 2 lands and could provide me, with some kind of threat. I'm going to swing all out. My opponent's at low enough life total, and, I'm okay with just trading away these derpy 2/2s now. A little surprised my opponent hasn't, you might not think this trade's very good, but with only 1 power, I'm still only killing one of these threats, so it's basically, my opponent's basically still trading 1-for-1 with this Lumen Defender with a 2/2 or a 1/3, which is actually pretty good for my opponent in this spot. Especially with them being at 1. It's not the greatest trade of all time element, but I definitely think it's something my opponent maybe should have paused and considered. But, it is what it is. Card games are hard. Alrighty. So yeah. No, maybe not the best showing of this deck, but definitely went over just showing how, like, having better threats than your opponent and having a better game plan than your opponent can pay dividends. Close to Diamond 1. We're going to get to Masters. Don't you worry about that. I haven't had as much time to play recently, but the Masters will come. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.